Hello everyone, I'm back. And today we are going to talk about another Space Marine detachment. Call your tech priests, call your dreadnoughts, because today we are going to talk about the Ironstorm Spearhead. So the most Iron Handsy detachment. This detachment is about vehicles, Techmarines, dreadnoughts, dealing damage, but also really great with elite units. Why? And that is what we are going to check out. Okay, but before we talk about the detachment, we'll talk about the universal rule of Space Marines, which is called Oath of Moment. Oath of Moment is an easy to use but great ability. How does it work? At the start of your command phase, you select one enemy unit. That will be your oath target. Basically, you make an oath that you will kill that thing. Space Marines take this kind of stuff really seriously. Okay, but gameplay wise, you take the oath, that is your target. You can reroll all hit rolls against that target, either by ranged attacks, shooting, or by melee attacks, punching, hitting, that stuff. So basically, you can reliably hit against your target. That's a cool stuff to have. Okay, that is the rule that all of the Space Marines have. But now let's check out this detachment, the Ironstorm Spearhead. This detachment's rule is Armored Wrath. This is a really cool stuff. Once per phase, each Adeptus Astartes unit in your army, so Space Marines, you can reroll one hit roll, one wound roll, or one damage roll. And that's really cool. Basically, every unit in your army has a free command reroll for these three things. And since it's once per phase, you can use it in the shooting phase and in the fight phase too. So for units that are going to shoot and go into melee, it just doubles its value. Great stuff. S+. Okay, we checked this one. Now we are going to check the enhancements. These are the stuff that you are able to purchase to upgrade your heroes. Let's check out these. Target Augury Web. This enhancement costs 30 points. But what do you get for it? You get a targeted ability. In your command phase, you can select one Adeptus Astartes vehicle within 6 inches of the bearer. And that vehicle gets lethal hits to its weapons until your next command phase. This stuff is really good and potent, especially on units that have lots of shots, but with not that high of a strength. But there is one restriction. You can only give this enhancement to a Techmarine, and that's completely fine, because if you play this detachment, probably you will have at least 2 Techmarines, who are really cheap but really great. We will talk about the Techmarines later at the staple units. But for now, let's check out the next enhancement. The Flesh is weak for 10 points. You can give this enhancement to one of your Adeptus Astartes models. So basically any type of hero. After you gave it to a character, that character will have a 4+ feel no pain. And that's kinda crazy, because each time when a model takes damage, so after saving throws, instead of taking damage, you can roll 1d6 for each point of damage that you would take. And on each 4+, you can ignore that damage. So in a sense, it almost doubles the wound characteristic of that model. Sometimes it can be a lot better, sometimes it can be worse, but for 10 points, it's just great. Okay, let's check out another one. Adept of the Omnissiah for 35 points. This is one of my favorite things. You can only give this one to a Techmarine. Again, just as before. Let's check out what it can do. Once per battle round, when you are making a saving throw for a friendly Adeptus Astartes vehicle and your saving throw is failed, you can change the damage characteristic of that attack to 0 if he is near to the bearer. That is amazing. Yes, maybe 35 points is a lot, but losing a Dreadnought to a Shadow Sword shot is much more expensive in my opinion. It's a good defensive stuff. Okay, and let's check out the last one. Master of Machine War, 20 points. You can give this to any Adeptus Astartes hero in your army. In your command phase, you can select one vehicle within 6 of the bearer. Until the start of your next command phase, this vehicle is eligible to fall back and shoot or advance and shoot. It can be really good if you don't want your big stuff to be bogged down by Orc Boys, Gretchin, or things like that. Because yeah, the Redemptor can kill 10 Gretchin, but being in combat with those guys is not good for your shooting. -1 to hit, and you can't really move, so this one is good because it makes your big vehicles more tactically flexible. All of these enhancements are great. Some of them are a little bit pricey, but for what they can do, it's not a big price all in all. I would give this a solid A or a weak A+ rating. All in all, good stuff to make your vehicle strong, but other than a Flash is weak, it's not going to make your heroes great. But they will have nice supporting abilities. Okay, let's check out the stratagems. Unbowed Conviction. This is a battle tactic and it's cost 1 command point. You can use this in your command phase. Select one Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that is below starting strength. So it's lost one model or it is injured if it's a vehicle. Until the end of the turn, your unit can ignore any or all modifiers, even for roll test or just all in all, excluding the ones that modify armor, so armor penetration on the weapons. This is great, because if your unit has been slowed, you can ignore that. If your opponent uses smoke or something like that to make your shooting worse, you can ignore that. Or even, you can ignore the modifier on your leadership tests, and that can be great. For one command point, this is good. Armor of Contempt. We all know about this one. You can use it in the shooting phase or in the fight phase when an enemy selected you as a target. You select one Adeptus Astartes unit that has been selected a target of these attacks, and until the end of the phase, you worsen the enemy armor penetration characteristic by 1, if he or she attacking that unit. Good stuff, make you more survivable. Especially great on units with 2+ armor save. Let's check out the next one. Mercy is weakness, for 2 command points. This one is a battle tactic, and it is pricey, but brutal. Let's check out what it can do. You can use it in a shooting or the fight phase. Select one Adeptus Astartes unit that has not been selected to shoot or fight. Okay, and what does it do? Until the end of the phase, each time when you make an attack against a unit that is below starting strength, your attacks have the ability of sustained hits 1. So on a hit roll of 6, you score 1 additional hit. That's nice. But if you selected a unit, your unit, that is a vehicle, then that vehicle will score critical hits on a 5+. So all in all, it's better on vehicles. Fun interaction though. If you have 3 command points and you selected a vehicle to overwatch and you use this one, then the vehicle will hit on 5+ instead of 6+, because critical hits are always hitting. Take it as you will, not efficient and really expensive, but maybe once in every 1,000 game it can come in handy. Okay. Let's check out the next one. Vengeful Animus. This is an epic deed stratagem for 1 command point. Any phase, after an Adeptus Astartes vehicle dies, and the vehicle have the Deadly Demise ability, you can target that vehicle with this, and you don't have to roll the d6 to determine if this vehicle blows up. It will automatically blow up. It can be great if a big vehicle of yours dies within the middle of the enemy lines. It can deal lots of damage for 1 command point. Interesting thing, you won't use it very often, but sometimes can come in really handy. So it's a special case, in my opinion. Let's check out the next one. Ancient Fury. Epic deed stratagem. For 1 command point. You can use this in your command phase. You can select one Adeptus Astartes Walker, so mostly Dreadnoughts, but you can also select the Invictor Tactical Warsuit, just for funsies. Okay, but what does it give to you for this 1 command point? Until the start of your next command phase, you can improve your model's move, toughness, leadership, and objective control characteristics by 1. And each time when the model makes an attack, add 1 to your hit rolls. Okay, nice. It can move more, it will be more survivable, it will be less likely to fail a leadership check, it will hit better, but also interesting that your objective control will go up by 1, because you can use it in your command phase. So if you use it, in some cases you will be able to outscore your opponent, because your objective control can go up by 1, if it is a draw. Interesting thing to consider, but all in all, +1 to hit and +1 toughness and +1 move is just great on their own. The other 2 is just added bonuses. It's a good stratagem in my opinion. Okay, let's check out the last one. Power of the Machine Spirit. Epic deed stratagem for 1 command point. You can use it in your opponent's shooting phase, after an enemy unit finished its attacks. You can target one Adeptus Astartes vehicle from your army that is below half strength, so took a lot of wounds, as a result of the enemy unit's attacks. The effect. Your unit can shoot as if it were the shooting phase, but it must target the enemy unit when doing so. So unit shoots you, you go below half strength, you can shoot back for 1 command point. Nice. Especially if it's your optimal target and you are a great vehicle. For example, Land Raider Redeemer or a Repulsor Executioner. Just great. All in all, I think A+, these stratagems. Let's assess this detachment. Your core units. Dreadnoughts, Redemptor, 1 or 2, Ballistus Dreadnought, Gladiator tanks, all great. You're also gonna get great use of Techmarines, 1 or 2. 2 is better, in my opinion. 3 is probably too much. Also the Lieutenant with Combi-weapon can be a great pickup. It provides you with reroll once to wound and the lone operative. Other than that, you need scoring units. Probably I would recommend you Infiltrators and Scouts. Also, a great supplement can be Assault Terminator Squads, Terminator Captains, or anything that can survive a round in melee or 2. Mostly you will shoot a lot and send out 1 or 2 Redemptors as a basic strategy. I include the 1000 points list that I used with great efficiency on tournaments, and I will include a 2k points list that I'm going to try out this weekend. I hope it will help you, at least understanding how or why do I build the list the way that I do. But the basics of this: you get your big shooting units, put them down next to a Techmarine, just mow down the enemy units that are dangerous to you. The scouts and the infiltrators are scoring you the points, while the big stuff are shooting and probably taking the shots. Because in most cases your opponent won't deal with your little guys, because then he will be standing in your firing lines or next to your Terminators, and that can go badly. But each match is different, and each meta is different. All you have to know: keep your vehicles safe and kill the dangerous targets. Simple as that. But that's it for now. This detachment is an A+ or an S-, depending on how you feel about vehicles and what vehicles are available in your friendly local game store. But really, that's it for now. Thank you for watching and listening. If you like what I do, please consider liking, subscribing, or both, or even hit the little bell. And make sure to declare the bell as your auto-summon target, in case you missed for the first time. Thank you for watching and listening, and I hope I see you in the next one. See ya!